Welcome everybody, welcome to Blaugrana Planet, welcome back to a new video, and today is a very sad day for all football fans around the world. Pele, O Rei Pelé has died due to a very bad disease we all know about. Unfortunately, Pele has passed away today, 29th of December 2022, at a young age, much younger than what he should have lived, at least. Legend of football, very well remembered all around the world. I think his reputation was just intact. The only player to have won three World Cups, insane. He has plenty of records, guys. He has, for example, the record of the youngest player to play in the World Cup, 17 years old, score a hat-trick, being 17 years old, so the younger hat-trick scorer in the World Cup, and many other records. They say that he has more than 1,000 goals. Officially, it's about 700, etc. But according to FIFA, including the friendlies, for example, he has more than 1,000 goals, about 1,200 goals. So impressive, Pele. Impressive. Not only he won World Cups, he won many titles with Santos and with the New York Cosmos. For those who don't know, well, Pele played also in the American League. It's not called the MLS, wasn't called the MLS back then, but he did play in the American League for about 4 or 5 years, a good amount of years. In total, guys, he got many titles, guys. For example, 6 Brazilian leagues. He did get 2 intercontinental cups, which are the Libertadores Cups, etc. Basically, about 4 South American Champions Leagues, if you can call it that, and even a Super Cup, the European Super Cup. It was called back then Intercontinental Super Cup. Pele won it pretty much all, won our hearts as well. And in today's video, of course, I want to pay tribute to Pele, but I also wanna give the story and the details of the story of Pele and Football Club Barcelona, because Pele did not play in Barcelona, unlike Maradona, for example. But Pele did play in Camp Nou, and actually did play in Camp Nou 3 times. 3 times in which he did hit the net in many occasions. So it's great that we experienced O Rei Pelé in Camp Nou, and that is exactly what I want to talk about in this video. But before, guys, let me give a special thank you to OneFootball, the best app that you can find in the App Store, Google App Store, Apple App Store. You can find it anywhere. The best football app, guys, covering all the leagues in the world, covering everything that you need to know regarding statistics, regarding data, everything, all in the link in the description. And if you use the link, you're going to be helping to support the channel, guys. So make sure you check it out. Having said this, guys, O Rei Pelé. O Rei Pelé. It's a sad day, guys. It's indeed a very sad day for football overall. Pele has left us, and the history is already written for Pele. The history is already written. This guy has done it all. He has done it all, and we will all remember Pele with a very good heart that he has. Very humble guy. From the people that have met him, they always say that he is one of the most humble people, one of the most humble stars and historic persons in the world. And Pelé is gonna rest in peace, man, because his legacy is gonna live on. And of one of the people that must be remembered in the history of football is him, right? And as I said, guys, I want to talk about the history of Pelé and Football Club Barcelona, because as I said, Pele played 3 games in Camp Nou, guys. 3 games in Camp Nou, and that's not a few games. For example, here we can see Pele with Kubala here on the left, and Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez, the first Luis Suarez, the Spanish Luis Suarez, who was one of the top scorers of the club. You can see here a picture, of course, with Kubala, etc. So let's talk about the 3 games of Pelé in Camp Nou. The first appearance, guys, was in 1959, okay? Pelé was a young guy. He was 19 years old. He just came from a stellar performance in the World Cup of 1958 with Brazil, where he won and he scored a hat-trick. It was insane, you know. At that moment, Pelé was the young star, and he came with Santos, so he played with his Brazilian team to Camp Nou. And unfortunately, Barcelona lost 5-1 to Santos, and Pelé played an incredible game. He even scored a couple goals, guys. He even scored a couple goals. What it is true, what I can say to defend Barcelona, if I can say that, is that apparently Barcelona played with the reserves. I don't know the reason, but apparently Barcelona played with the reserves that night, and they lost to Santos 5-1 with Pelé scoring 2 goals. So that was 1958 with a 19-year-old Pelé, the first appearance in Camp Nou, and oh boy, what an appearance of Pelé. The second appearance came a little bit later. That was in 1960, basically about a year after. It was the 3rd of July of 1960. Pelé came back to Camp Nou, and at that game was actually more fair, okay, more competitive, because Barcelona played the strongest 11 that they could have, and Santos played their normal 11, you know, with Pelé leading, and that's where Luis Suarez and Lazlo Kubala were playing. And in fact, that game went pretty well for the culés in the first half, where we were leading 4-0. Pelé, unfortunately, wasn't having his best time, but later in the second half, Santos managed to come back, and the game ended 4-3 for Football Club Barcelona, with Pelé making an assist. Okay, so there Pelé didn't manage to score, but he did manage to score in a year earlier in the first game, and he did manage here to get an assist. Therefore, 2 goals, 1 assist that Pelé did in Camp Nou so far. And the last appearance, guys, because Pelé played 3 times, as I said, the last appearance was a little bit, we can say that we could forget this last appearance, because I think by then Pelé was a big star, and everybody was waiting for Pelé. And in fact, they made the special sign, where you can see in the pictures where well, you're gonna see it. You've probably seen it already. They made the special sign, and well, apparently Pelé in that game played very poorly. Okay, very poorly. Barcelona won the game 2-0. That was in 1963. Okay, so imagine, the first game, as I said, was in 1959. So 4 years later, Pelé returned to Camp Nou, and he didn't have his best moment, his best appearance, and unfortunately didn't even manage to score. Santos lost 2-0 against Barcelona, with goals from Pereda and Ceballa. Therefore, there's a history of Pelé in Camp Nou, and of course, what a great player. Here you can see Pelé with the 3 cups that he won. By the way, look at the 3 cups, because they were different back then. If you didn't know, FIFA changed the trophy. Back then it was this kind of angel holding some sort of crown, and those are the ones that Pelé lifted during his day. And this was probably the last World Cup of Pelé in 1962. Here it is. Here we have Pelé kissing the cup. This was the second one. The first one, as I said, he was a kid. I mean, look at him. He was literally a kid. 17-year-old Pelé scoring a hat-trick, being determined. Pelé at his best, guys. I wish I could show you a video, but due to copyright reasons I cannot show it. but Pele at his moment was insane. I'd say the Brazilian Messi. If you see a video of Pele, it will just remind you to a Brazilian Messi. I see Messi in him, but with the Brazilian flair, which makes it, you know, a little bit more exciting. And as I said, guys, it's a very sad day for football overall. I think that Pele marked a big era in football, not only during his time as a player, but also his time as an ambassador for football overall. Such a humble guy, and it's a very, very sad day for football, and for all the culés as well, because we're gonna remember Pele with a big heart, guys. So thank you, everybody. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I hope that you enjoy this little recap of the history of Pele in Football Club Barcelona and Camp Nou. And oh boy, we're gonna miss this man. So thank you, everybody. Visca el Barça, visca Pele, and see you in the next video. Vamos, Barça!